I wake up at like 5:36, go to the gym. I go to the gym, be in the gym for like an hour. I try to go to the gym like 4 days a week. So you see, I still have time to go to the gym. You have to take care of yourself. One of the biggest things they told us during orientation was like, do you want to be the doctor or do you want to be the patient? And it's like, that makes sense. I'm gonna write that one down. And I did. But yeah, I want to be the doctor, so I have to take care of myself. So I'm eating right. I make sure to make myself protein shake in the morning. I'll go to the gym 4 days a week. Then I come back and then I start my day of studying around like 8 a.m. Okay, that is also another thing I want to talk about is about in the class. I don't go to class. I know it's like technically required at my school. And honestly, the vast majority of med students, regardless of the institution that they go to, do not actually go to class. And it sounds crazy to be taking out $400K of loans just to study yourself, but like honestly, you have to do what works for you. And I feel like going to class doesn't work for me, just because it's different. Like it's different from like undergrad, where it's like, okay, like the amount of studying, the amount of content that you're getting through each week, it's a lot. And sometimes I, like every lecture, regardless of the topic, is an hour long or like 2 hours if it's like a little bit like more of content or whatever. But you don't need, or me personally, I don't need an hour to get through every topic. Some things I may need a little bit more than an hour. Some things I may need way less than an hour. And I feel like being able to go at my own pace is a lot more useful for me, where it feels like not a lot of time is being wasted sitting there in class, especially when in class there will be like technical difficulty issues or students asking questions. It's like, I understand this topic, I want to move on. I need to keep up the pace. It's about like, my med school journey so far has been about efficiency. I want to spend as little time just like spending on this stuff as I can for me to understand it and then move on to the next thing, just because there's so much. I'd rather be ahead than behind. Because again, the pancakes, you can't get behind on those pancakes, man. It's really easy to get caught up in all the things that they're like telling you, okay, you have to go to this, you have to go to this, you have to go to this. And like my day, the way that our school is laid out, it's supposed to be from like classes from 8 to 12. And sometimes after class, like let's say we have like anatomy lab or something like that, that's when there's like required session that we'll go to. And I feel like going to the labs is actually helpful. It makes sense. Like we have lab practicals, we have like tests over the stuff that we have to see in labs. And it makes sense to see it. Like you can study all you want in like the textbook over like the stuff that you'll see like in the cadavers, but it's completely different than going into the cadaver lab and actually seeing, okay, what these structures actually look like in a person. And one look like from one person to the next, because things look different in one person and everybody. So it's a lot. So I like to take my time for myself to go through it.